Okay, once again, everybody, thank you so much for joining in. A very good afternoon to all our attendees here today. My name is Shruti Sundaresan, and on behalf of the Rohini Nilekani Philanthropies, I'd like to welcome you all to this session this afternoon. We're very, very excited about it, and it's so nice to see so many attendees in a webinar room. We all think that post-COVID webinars have become really redundant, but for the informative, the really important stuff, we all do show up, and that's really nice to see here as well. I'm sure all of you are keeping really busy with the new financial year has begun. Critical responsibility of navigating finance, compliance, legal and regulatory processes that truly form the backbone of the kind of work that we are doing in the social sector here today. And to offer some support through this very exciting but also difficult and busy period, we have put together this webinar, which is Finance, Compliance, and Legal Essentials for CSOs for 2025. This session will be led by experts from the Sati Development Services. We have Sharad from aikyam Fellows, we have Shemeer, and from PACTA, we have Nivedita, who will be walking us through different aspects of finance, legal, and compliance regulations. And I can assure you that this session is going to be incredibly helpful for everybody. I would really request you to stay put till the end of the entire conversation because we have some time for question and answers. So please do stay put. But at the same time, if you're not able to, don't worry because we'll also be sending you a recording of this session. And with that, I'd like to invite Shemeer. The stage is all yours. Please take this conversation forward.
Hello, everyone. Thanks, Shruti, for that introduction. Hi, everyone. Thank you for making time. And we're so excited to have you all here. My name is Shemeer, and I'll be walking you through just because we knew that 50% of you haven't heard about PATTIC. So we thought we'll give you a quick brief intro on why we all started and what is this alliance? Are we registered as a nonprofit? And small questions that you might have. We'll just tell you the story of where we have reached, how we reached where we are today, to just kind of tell you about the different platform features and everything. One of the things that all of us remember is we go, I'm sure you've gone to a lot of sessions like Bodhan and other training classes, and we get this amazing content all the time, right? So there is so much training content. At the end of it, it's either a long video that gets shared or it will be with all those important information that was there. It might be like a PPT, PowerPoint presentation. And soon we'll have a bunch of PowerPoint presentations and videos, which we generally don't open after the course is over, though it has a lot of valuable content. And we realized as Sharad, Suresh and I were working at that time, we realized that one of the challenges is all this training content, especially important details about compliance governance, as important as it is, and it's not very accessible to the people who are at the front line with their ledgers and the books and everything, right? So we wanted to make all this content more accessible to them, whether it was language, whether it was easy to access, searchable. That's how the journey started. We didn't have any other goal at that time. And the first thing we put up is basically just an. We thought, it'll be so nice to have an online library of all these different training materials, especially people like Sharad from Sati Development or Nivedita from PACTA who are like, hey, we have good content. Please use it. They're sharing warmly and freely, and we thought, then what are we waiting for, right? So we started taking content like that and putting this like an online bookshelf for you, which is available at library.pattic. We'll be sharing all the links with you for this, and we just started curating it in a way, as you can see, so that all this information is easily searchable for you, that you can search something that you might be looking for in a and jump to it immediately. Or if you want, let's say you are working in a different state where the language is, let's say everybody's comfortable with Marathi, right? So you can just go here, pick the language as Marathi, and automatically all the content will change on the fly for you. So you don't even have to copy paste here and there because this is the Google Translate level translation for you. So this was one way in which we thought, okay, let's now, can we make all our content accessible to different people, the same content. As you can see, the base content is not changing. So that's how our journey started. So right now, the first resource that you will have is an online library, which is hand curated by Sharad, Nivedita, Pooja from our team, Shruti, Suresh. All of us have put our hands in there just to craft the best possible document for you so that you can get your content and details from this. So that's the first tool that you have. While we were doing this, we also realized that, let's say we're talking about risk and control. Sharad, Suresh, and Shruti said, Shamir, it will be nice if we can create an FAQ for them, because sometimes in this abundance of knowledge, sometimes we don't know what question to ask, right? Like we land up on nowadays with ChatGPT. You sit in front of ChatGPT. I'm so scared now because I can now ask any question I want, but I don't know what question to ask. So the team, we also realized that, and we started putting together these FAQs, which will, if you have the time to read through the whole course, that's always there here, including a podcast, the video, the content. But if you wish to just go through the FAQs, you can just go through the FAQ sections. And Sharad, Suresh, and Shruti have carefully created Q&A also for you. All right. So I can't say this can be a weekend light read or something, but at least for you to find, just quickly go through the FAQs, especially for a new team member, or go back to something. The libraries, each book has has the actual book, the course content that is there. You can see, and you can navigate quickly on the left hand side. Um, and each one also has detailed FAQs. Some have like really long FAQs which have been carefully curated. So that's something to keep in mind. An online library for people who are working on compliance regulation, contributed by people like Sati, Pacta, and others, including us and RNP, curated, handcrafted, so that you can find the information that is needed. We keep updating it with the latest. Every 2-3 months, we look at the books and we keep updating it. So that's on the library. As we started doing the library, we realized that, day-to-day problem solving does not happen like that. It's not a course-related problem solving. We always have a question to ask. Achanak ek question aata hai, and you'll have your friend that you call, and usually the same question is being asked by 100 people to 200 different people, out of which 50 are getting answered and 25 are actually implementing the answer. So we wanted to take this away from the silo conversations and bring it out into the open, because the main thing that we wanted to be is a community. That's why we call ourselves an alliance. So it's individuals coming together, sharing warmly and freely. So what the next step that happened is, okay, let's create a forum where people can freely ask questions that they have. So you can see here at our forum, some of you might have already been here and visited. I've asked questions maybe. But here is a place where you can just search for something. Let's say I'm looking for policy documents, if it is there or not, right? So let's say I'm using the search here. I want to look at policy in all topics and posts. So it will automatically pick all the things that are under policy, and I can go inside and look at it, right? Or I can ask a new question by just saying that I have a new topic to ask. That's it, right? There are other ways to ask the question also, but the most fun way to right now ask a question is sign up to the free account, and you can just say a new topic and ask your question, just like you'll send an email. You can just ask your question as well. There are other ways also to ask a question that I'll show you, but this is the most fun way. As soon as you ask a question, what happens is it comes to Sharad and others who are part of our ecosystem. Right now, Sharad kind of holds fort, goes through each one of your questions one by one carefully. There is no AI at this stage. That I think you all can do yourself. But we wanted, even if it is AI curated, it has to be vetted by human, especially in this high risk work, right? So then you can see that then answers are given. And generally, the community has been super helpful. Very, you can say, sharing warmly and freely with their information. And at some points, you can say Sharath is even sharing his personal number. So that's how much, just to show Sharath's work. And if you look at his profile, you can see the number of questions that Sharad himself has answered, right? So the idea is to create is to continue to nurture this as a community where all of you will have a membership. It's all free. You can have an anonymous name also, does not matter. Sometimes you don't want to share, like there is no Aadhaar card attestation required, so you can just put whatever name you're comfortable with. The main thing is to ask for help and learn to ask for help, right? That's the whole thing. So here you will have all of those Q&A and questions that you can ask here. As we did this, these two became like very key things for us that people are asking for. They need access to all the library and courses, and they need to join these forums. In the website also, you can go to ask a question and just drop the question here. Again, we just take your email address so that we can reply to you, not to publish it publicly, unless you want us to. But on a daily basis, we make sure that the forum that you saw here, the library, on a weekly basis, we keep updating. This PATTIC.org, as you can see, the idea is that it is a people's alliance, people being all of us here in the room. It's an alliance to make trust and transparency more accessible to CSOs. The idea is not that we want to help NGOs. It's more like, hey, trust and transparency seems to be getting so complicated. We want to make that more accessible to grassroots NGOs, especially grassroots NGOs. So PATTIC is around that. It's as we grow, we'll probably have more members who come in and share their inputs, knowledge, questions with all of us. So one way to access the site is just remember pattic.org, pattic.org. If you are not already a member, you can just click on the membership link here. You'll get free weekly updates from us, especially of the latest conversations, because you might have missed it. We don't send out any spam. Twice a week, we send out hand-curated newsletters, not AI generated, so that you can keep a look at, oh, what did I miss, including some cool things like compliance calendars and things like that, right? So these are important links that are there across all these things. You can just go to pattic.org, and every day almost we refresh like a newspaper. What we do is we just refresh and keep this up to date, right? So any point of time, every 2 days, if you come to the site, you will see the new links are there, everything, the fresh links are on top for you. Again, just to make this more, we don't want you to worry that, hey, did I miss something? Am I missing something that is super important, right? So all of the courses, important things from the FAQs. We also have some podcasts that have been generated with AI. Right now, it's all in English, but now that AI is also getting better, we'll also start getting podcasts in Hindi soon. So we are looking for Hindi and other regional languages, again, to make it more accessible, all this content, how to make it more accessible to people. Finally, one of the things to remember is you can join us, you can follow us on LinkedIn, and do join us on WhatsApp. The link is on the bottom. So here you can just join the channel if you're more comfortable with also getting updates on WhatsApp. You can just click on the WhatsApp channel, and that's also a place where you can. That number is also that WhatsApp number can also be used to ask questions to us. You know, suddenly you have a question, you can just send a question to us. We kind of look at it every 24 hours and transfer your questions to the forum and also revert back to you. So we are trying everything right now. We are not restricting you by saying, restricting any one of us saying we can only ask questions like this. All these options are available. But learning to ask for help is also a big skill that we want to kind of promote as a value we want to promote in the platform. That, you know, if you need some help, do ask for it. And forum, WhatsApp are all channels for you to ask it. One tool that you might have already seen if you already know PATTIC is the compliance calendar. You can just click on it in the footer. You can see once you scroll down on the bottom, you will see the compliance calendar. So here again, Sharad has kind of curated in each month what are the different dates that you should remember. You can just navigate it through this. You can bookmark this, share with your friends. And if you're someone a little bit more savvy, likes to play with Google Calendar, you can just add this as a calendar on, like you have your holiday calendar. You can just add this entire thing as a calendar uh, to your calendar, and it will just show all those dates. Google will remember to update you about all those dates. So this is um, something for you to keep on top of all these filings and everything, right? So just to kind of, the link that you have to remember is pattic.org. Here you will find all the ways for you to, if you're missed out on the newsletters, all the newsletters that we are sending out to our friends and partners, those all of them is also available here. So don't worry if you joined late. You can just go in here and look at the previous newsletters and quickly. Don't forget to become a member here by clicking on membership. Right. Forum, you can click here or go to the forum. It will take you to the forum links, and all the discussions can be seen there properly. Right. And books library, you have all the library link books. We have curated a few for you, but you can just go and look at the entire library like we were showing you. Right. So I'll pause here. We'll have a section for Q&A in the end. So if there are any questions about accessing the platforms, if you're finding any trouble in it, I'm happy to. Thank you so much, folks.
But if there are folks who are interested in engaging with us on the platform in any way, you can, or if you have any suggestions for what information you do need, if there are topics that are of concern to you and you really want them addressed, you can write to us at hello@pattic.org, and we would be happy to take these topics up. But like Shemeer mentioned, there are lots of FAQs. There's a library which is filled with information. It's also being updated. And the best part about PATTIC is, of course, its language accessibility. Also, you are free to access the platform in whichever language you prefer. And I think that's a major win. So do feel free. And also, if you feel like circulating it in your teams or with other NGOs or other ecosystems that you're part of, please feel free to do that. This is not just for RNPs, grantees, or just for a few NGOs. This is really for the social sector at large. So I think with that, we'll wrap up with our session for today. I'd like to invite Mr. Suresh Panappa from the Rohini Nilkani Philanthropies to offer a vote of thanks, and then we'll wrap up. Suresh, over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Shruti. Thank you so much. I think it's a time for all of us, particularly in the finance side and compliance side, that we are very busy implementing our annual plan currently and wrapping up with the previous year financials, accounts, audits, and adding to that the new very important requirement of renewal of our registrations with income tax and all other related matters in terms of FCRA and other things. We thought it is very timely and important that we hold this webinar for us to really, remember and also recall the priorities that needs to be attended to quickly. Towards that, this webinar, I think all of you really, I think you find it very useful. In making of this, I should definitely start thanking Shemeer, Pooja from aikyam Fellows, who are actually put in phenomenal effort and thoughts in terms of designing a platform to really make it seamless and user friendly for all the users here in this space. And so I thank you, Shemeer, for very insightful, session, helping us to understand various functionalities and how that needs to be navigated and the various features that are available for all the participants to log in and access those informations. Thank you, Shemeer, Pooja, and the team ICAM Fellows for this. And most importantly, any of these kind of foundations becomes live when you really have the content and the information available, which are crucial here, and particularly in the time when regulatory frameworks or the compliance requirements are rapidly changing and so dynamic. Every day we tend to see that there are changes happening on various laws and regulations that are applicable to NGOs. It's important that's very user friendly, that's practically oriented content and information comes on this learning platform, so that it answers the practically important questions on a day-to-day basis for the users with the compatibility of the languages they're comfortable in. So towards this, I really thank Sati Development Services, Sharada and team to helping us with all the contents which are very, very useful, very comprehensive, and thoughtfully designed to really make use, make sure that all the specific question and important questions are actually covered in the topics that are put out there as part of the library, or the interactive forum, or the the videos that are actually captured as part of the knowledge hub. So thank you, Sharad, and thank you very much for that. And adding to that, as we know, as we navigate through all these things, we also now encountering new requirements for the development. Sir, particularly coming now, the new thing is about the legal aspects of applicable to the NGOs. Thanks, Nivedita from FACTA, really helping us to understand what are the new things coming up for us, in addition to the various other things, challenges that we are actually currently working on. It's very useful to really understand those and prepare ourselves, really put things in place well in advance to really comply with those requirements as we progress further. And thanks so much, Nivedita, for that. And most critical and important thing is that, as I told you, started telling that it's the time, really all of us are really busy, and all of you really took your time out today, and in large numbers participated in this webinar. I mean, it's so encouraging for us, and also shows that it's so good to have people together, because networks and learning together is actually the key in the sector, and sharing and learning is something that takes things forward. And the tools like PATTIC forum, which is really enhanced in a manner in which that has been designed, will really help us to share this information seamlessly, go back to the information, refer to certain things as and when we want. So I request all of you, and thank you very much for taking your time and actively participating in here. And thanks for your questions. And some of it we would have answered here, but I will make sure that and request you to really send out your questions through PATTIC forum. We will try to answer this as quickly as possible. And as some of the key aspects like income tax renewals, 1280 which are more critical and time sensitive currently, please feel free to exchange your learnings and things like this, so the others can learn and prepare themselves as well. Thank you very much for your time. And most importantly, at the end, overall, making these kind of things coming together with the communications going out to everyone in time, sending out reminders. I thank Shruti for holding this together really well, and making sure that everyone gets this information in the right time, and design this whole, the different topics to be covered critically is well done. Thank you, Shruti. Thank you very much. And thanks, everyone. And I hope I have not left out anyone here, but everybody's efforts are recognized and appreciated. Have a good day, and wish you all the very best as we progress in the year and all the requirements that is coming up. And it's a collaborative effort, and all of us appreciate and value each of your sharing and communications and participation in the forums. With that, Shruti, I hand it over to conclude the thing with thanks everyone, really, and appreciate your participation. Have a good day.
Thank you so much, Suresh. Really appreciate the kind words. And I mean, you are the one who really began this entire initiative. So we all owe a lot to
Totally.
you.
Suresh will be like, come here, we have to do something. He used to literally out. We have to do it. So all his meetings, Suresh will start by saying, we have to definitely do something, right? So he's been thanks for reminding that, Shruti.
So thank you. Thank you,
Thank you,
everybody.
Suresh.
Thank you for
Thank you,
joining
everyone.
us. Thanks to everybody. And please have a great rest of the week ahead. We'll be sending you all these resources on email. I have also dropped some email IDs in the chat. If you're interested in writing to us, please write to us at hello@pattic.org. There's a discussion forum. You can post your questions directly. If you want to write to us personally, you already have all of our email IDs. So please have a great rest of the week and all the best for everything coming ahead. And we're here to support you in whichever capacity we can. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Shruti.